So there you are, finally working up the courage to talk to that girl you've been eyeing. You're going all out, flashing your best smile and being super nice, just like your mama taught you. But even with all that effort, somehow the conversation just fizzles out. She starts looking around, clearly not hooked. Let's be real though, this happens a lot more than we'd like to admit. For the past 2 decades, I've been like a mad scientist, testing out all kinds of tactics and approaches literally in every place you can imagine. Once I started applying these 3 specific things, my conversations never hit a dead end again. Today, I'm gonna let you in on 3 killer ways to not just capture, but keep a woman's attention. Let's jump right in, baby. First thing, emotion. When you talk to a girl, don't just talk to them. Put emotion into the conversation. So let's say, for example, you're talking to a girl, you ask her, hey, what's your favorite food? They say, I love blueberry pancakes. Now, a lot of the time, guys say, wow, blueberry pancakes, that's cool. And that's it. There's no emotional resonance at all. When they tell you a very important piece of information that they like, you want to put emotion into the conversation. You want to say something like, blueberry pancakes? That's sick. It's the same thing, but the vibe is very different, right? It's very subtle. And women can pick up on these little subtle cues. So you can actually use that to your advantage. And it's actually way more advanced to actually be able to play around with these different nuances. But at the beginner's level, the easiest thing for you to do is to just have some excitement. If they say something they're really interested in, just show that support. Just show that you're actually really interested in learning more about what she has to say and what she's really into. Let's say you actually hate and despise pancakes and everything that goes into it.
I hate them.
Be authentic and say something like, pancakes? You serious? Like, what are you talking about? Are you American? Even in this example I just showed you, there's emotion in what I have to say. I'm not just saying like, oh, pancakes, I don't like them. Oh, pancakes, I like them. I'm showing with my face, with my facial expressions, like, pancakes? That's terrible. Like, why? You know? Just by showing some emotion, you can have a way more lively, authentic, and fun conversation. So the next point is more like what not to do instead of what to do. This is what 99% of guys, when they first navigate the world of dating and relationships, they make a mistake on. Finding common ground with women. Before building any attraction, before you know that she's actually really interested in talking to you,
I am so in love with you.
You do not want to proactively try to find common ground with her. You probably heard a lot of dating experts talk about how you got to find something common with the person in front of you. It's really good for rapport building. It's really good to understand what you have in common so you can actually start talking about something that both of you are interested in. Building rapport has nothing to do with creating attraction. Rapport is about building comfort, familiarity, and trust. And what happens if you build comfort, familiarity, and trust with someone you just met without building any attraction? Do you become lovers? No, you become friends.
We are just friends now.
If you're actually interested in attracting someone, that's not the vibe that you want to build. It could even come off as super being needy if you try to build rapport without building attraction first. So let's talk about an example. So you're talking with a girl about music. You ask her, what kind of music are you into? And she goes, hip hop. And because you want to make her like you want to build rapport with her, you say, oh, I like hip hop too. She could ask you, what kind of hip hop musicians do you like? And because you don't really know much about her, you can make a mistake. I like Justin Bieber. I like The Weeknd. Both of them are wrong answers because they're not in hip hop, right? Sooner or later, the fact that you weren't really authentic with her from the beginning, like she's gonna find out. And as soon as she finds out, the vibe is off. So you don't want to do that. Going back to the previous example, you're talking about hip hop and your answer is like Justin Bieber or The Weeknd. You could say that with a cheeky smirk and just like a sparkling eyes, right? You could do it in a joking way, but that's way more advanced, right? It's more of like, I know that you know that I'm joking and I hope you know that I'm joking, this type of way. Justin Bieber is clearly not a hip hop artist. You can play around with that, but in this case, I'm actually doing everything I can not to build rapport with her. I'm just kind of trolling her. Completely remove the notion that you're there to build rapport and find something in common with her. Instead, think about what's something that you're really passionate about and you're really interested in. If anything, the more polarizing, the better. Because then the tone of the conversation will be way more fun, way more fiery, and it'll be a conversation that both of you will definitely remember. The foundation of all of this, keeping their attention so that it's very enjoyable for you to talk to her, is creating attraction from the very beginning. So the whole vibe just flows without you having to think about it. And guess what? If there's attraction from the beginning, you don't even have to force finding something in common with her. If anything, she's gonna find something in common with you. Let's say she's interested in you, the vibe is going right, like you're talking about the weekend plans, right? And she says, hey, what are you doing this Saturday? Oh man, like I've been working so much, I'm gonna go have some healthy Korean food this weekend. And she goes like, oh yeah, what kind of Korean food? And you say, I'm gonna have some Korean rice wine, some kimchi pancakes, and something healthy, something all around. And let's say she's not even interested in Korean food. She hasn't even tried anything, but just because you're interested in it, just because that's what you're gonna do, if she really likes you, she's gonna actually go out of her way to do something with you. She's gonna be like, hey, I've never tried Korean food before. Actually, can I come with you? Like, can we do it together? That's what you want. Instead of you trying to find something in common with her, the aim is to create and build enough attraction so that she is actually proactively going out of her way to find something in common with you. Last one. This one is probably one of the most important tips when it comes to keeping women's attention. So what's your first intuition and hunch when you see a pretty girl and then imagine I'm there to push you to approach that girl? What are you gonna say? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna go up to her, you say, hey, I just saw you. You're really beautiful. You're really pretty. Can I get your number? This is the number one mistake that 99% of guys make when it comes to attracting women. So here's what you gotta remember. Stay away from generic compliments. Now, let's set aside your vibe for a second, but put yourself in the shoes of that pretty girl that you just saw. So this pretty girl, she grew up her whole life hearing the same generic compliment over and over and over again. Wow, you're so pretty. Wow, you're so beautiful. Just by you going up to her and telling her that like, hey, I just saw you, you're really pretty. Is that gonna move any needle? Honestly, think about it. Instead, what you wanna focus on in the beginning, you create enough attraction with her, you create enough chemistry, you create enough intrigue. When the opportunity comes for you to actually make a compliment, make a genuine compliment about her behavior. Or if you want to actually compliment on her looks, compliment on her style, compliment on the fact that she actually put a lot of energy into crafting a certain style. For example, hey, I was gonna tell you, obviously, I love your vibe, but I can see that you put a lot of energy into matching your boots and your jacket and like your earrings. Like I can see that they all create this perfect harmony together. I really like that. Now, this is a very different kind of compliment. It's a type of compliment that they don't hear often. I guarantee that. Better yet, moving away from complimenting on their looks, offering compliments on their behavior about what you've observed about their vibe is way better. For example, hey, so we've been talking for about 10 minutes and I've never really had this vibe where it's like the vibe is so fun and it's not just staying at the surface level, but we're going deep. We're talking about like our aspirations, what we want to manifest. Like this is really unique. And I think you really know how to listen. Or during the conversation, she tells you something that gets you to think about life in a bit of a different way. Or she overcame an obstacle and it's definitely worthy of compliment. Like, wow, sounds like you moved around a lot growing up and you still managed to really retain your core. I really like that. It must have been very difficult, but what a unique individual you came out to be. Congrats on that. This type of compliment is super unique and just really acknowledging her for what kind of effort she put into becoming the person she is today. That really helps you differentiate yourself from hundreds of other guys that probably give her the same exact compliment, wow, you're so beautiful, wow, you're so pretty. Another really important thing for you to remember is that when she receives your compliment, she needs to feel like she actually earned that compliment.
Wow.
It's not like you're always giving random compliments here and there. It's super generic and something that she hears all the time. She hears it and she's like, wow, I've never heard this type of compliment before. And the fact that he's giving me this type of compliment means that he really understands me to the point where no one else actually really gets me. So 3 things to remember when talking to women in order to keep her engaged and attracted. First thing, put emotion into the conversation. Don't be flat, don't be dull or boring, be vibey, put a lot of emotion into the conversation. Number 2, don't force yourself to find common ground with her. Instead, own your authenticity. Number 3, give unconventional compliments. Compliments that are very genuine, unique, and something that she's never heard before. Remember these 3 principles, put them to good use, keep calm, and vibe on.